Hi everyone, I am Miss Milton from CYD Institute, and for this year's Earth Day, we're challenging you to calculate the biodiversity index of your yard. Before we can calculate our biodiversity index, we should define biodiversity. Biodiversity is the variety of life in the world or in a particular habitat or ecosystem. For this particular challenge, your ecosystem of focus is your backyard. Well, we said ecosystem of focus. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is a community of organisms living, for example, birds and plants, and non-living organisms interacting with each other. To calculate biodiversity index, however, our focus would be solely on living organisms. In your backyard, biodiversity would be represented by different types of plants, animals, and insect life that exists within it. How are we going to calculate the biodiversity index? First, we need to take out a sheet of paper to record the following information. 1. Trees and plants. We're going to do 2 sets of counting for this category. First, we need to count how many different types of trees there are in your yard, and then we're going to record that number. And then we're going to count the total number of trees in your yard and record that number. A hint is to tell the different types of trees, you look on the leaves and the barks of the tree. Remember, you're recording the different types of trees and the total number of trees. An example is, if I have 2 ackee trees and 2 apple trees in my yard, I only have 2 types of trees, ackee and apple. However, I have 4 total number of trees. We'll then repeat this step for animals. We're going to record the types of animals and the total number of animals in our backyard. We'll repeat this step once more for insects. Now that we have collected the total information on the types of animals, insects, trees/plants, and the total number of living animals and plants and insects in our area of interest, we're going to take that information and plug it into our formula. At the top of our formula, we see total number of different species. And in the denominator, or the bottom of our formula, we see total number of living species. To find the total number of different species, you will need to add the total number of living species together. That's across all our focus groups. And we're going to need to add the total number of living species together across all our focus groups. I have an example here for you in my Excel sheet. So this is a table that I created based on information I collected from exploring my backyard. I had 1 dog in my backyard. That is 1 type of animal, and the total number of animal is 1. And then for insects, I had 3 types of insects in my backyard. I saw a butterfly, a tick, and a worm. However, I saw 2 sets of those types of animals. I saw 2 butterflies, 2 worms, and 2 ticks. That means in total, I saw 6 insects. I also saw 4 types of trees, but in total, I saw 8 trees. At the end of my record, I summed or added the total types across all species, and then I added the total types of all of the animals, insects, and trees. That's all the trees, all the insects, and all the animals I saw in the given area of investigation. Once again, you're going to add the total types and the total number. The biodiversity index formula is total number of types over total number of living organisms. In my case, that is 8 for the numerator and 15 for the denominator. I then divided and I got 0.53. My biodiversity index sits really well between 0 and 1. All biodiversity index sits within this range. If you've completed this challenge and you've gotten a number lower than 0 or greater than 1, something is not quite right, and you should check your steps again by rewatching this video. Why is it important to calculate biodiversity index, or even to know what biodiversity index is of a given space? To find that out, join us on Saturday, April 24th at 10 a.m. Jamaican time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to find out. See you then. Bye.